yeah,
the original.
yeah, original pronunciation. Okay, so
I
uh,
will try to help. I will try my best.
yeah,
You sent me a list, didn't you?
yeah, I did. And would it be okay if I share it with you, or
Yeah,
I think it would.
I
Oh,
have it
you have
here.
it? Okay,
Yeah, I have it here.
all right. Okay. So how do you do that? Cool, right? It's not cool. Cool, right?
It's coup, coup,
Again,
coup.
can you slow down a little bit?
I think, like you said, coup.
Cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's
What
good.
about what with the N one? Dita or
Yeah, d'état. So the total
dita?
thing is coup d'état.
Coup d'etat. Yeah. What is
That's
the literal meaning in French?
And so, well, the literal meaning, because obviously it means um, uh, take a takeover,
Mm-hmm.
by armed forces.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that actually, the literal meaning actually is kind of weird. I think if you translate directly,
Mm-hmm.
a coup, COUP,
Yep.
is like a
Punch.
punch or like a hit, someone hitting something.
Oh.
Yeah, or like some kind of impact.
Oh. All right.
Uh, and then État is the states. And so yeah, it's kind of, I guess, hitting the state
Punching a
or something like
state.
that.
Hitting a state.
I guess, but then the D is kind of a punch for or from the state, so it's kind of a weird way to construct the phrase. There must be more behind it, but that's what it means. Yeah, like a hit on the state. In France, we do many coups d'état throughout our history.
I see.
But yeah, but your pronunciation on that one is good.
Coup d'etat. All right. Um. So I think it. So did you say French has had a lot of coup d'états?
There's been a few, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we had the revolution,
Yep.
obviously, in the 18th century, that probably, could be called also a coup d'état, where the people took over
Mm-hmm.
and eventually cut the head off the King of France.
Oh, my
Yeah.
city guys. All right. So I have an interesting one before we go to junta. Yeah, junta is actually, you were right. Junta is a French, not a French one. It's a Spanish one.
It's a Spanish, yeah.
And
Yeah.
my friend just wants you to pronounce this one because he's a football fan. And here is the guy from France. His name in English, as written, is Kylian Kylian Mbappe. So
Come on, try to say it. Try to say it.
Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. You have the E at the end, which is very good. That's very important. So you would say Kylian Mbappe.
Oh my God! How is that?
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yeah. You the pronounce of the M, you just say
Mm.
Mbappe.
Mbappe. Oh my God! I got it. I got it. It's kind of like the NG sound in our dialect.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Okay,
the nga
yeah. Mbappe.
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 Yeah.
Did you say Kian? Kian or how?
You say actually now I'm wondering if he pronounces it Kylian. I think Kylian. Kylian.
Kylian, right?
Yeah, Kylian.
Kian Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Oh
Exactly.
my goodness.
It's a
That's why.
tricky one to pronounce actually.
I mean, every French word to me is tricky.
Kylian Mbappe. If your friend has other French footballers he wants to
No,
me
no,
to
hamga.
name, does he know? Yeah, say.
Tin tin cái đó mà ông mình khét với hamga. Oh, anh thèm một cái hàm mà đi. Hey, sì, mà cái năm name tag cái cấm năm không bầm là. Oh, yeah. So finish, please.
Yeah, maybe he knows this one. I will send him the chat.
Uh-huh.
This one probably would be quite hard to pronounce.
Oh, actually, he just told me that name.
Yeah, yeah.
He did.
I thought so.
Okay, so let me try. Okay. Where is it? Okay, so let me try this one. Oh, Antoine Griezmann.
Not
Griezmann.
bad. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Not bad. You have, yeah, I'm impressed. Oh, you
Oh,
say, yeah,
thank you.
you say Antoine. Antoine.
Oh, actually, I
He-
said Antoine.
yeah. So you
Oh,
don't,
okay.
yeah, you know the N. Yeah, the
Oh,
French is a very nasal. It happens like it's very in the nose, kind of like like that. It's all the
yeah.
language is very much so. It's
That's
not
why Trevor Noah said it's sexy.
Yeah, yeah. Something so. So you say Antoine. Antoine. It comes from the nose.
Oh, Antoine.
Griezmann.
Antoine.
Yeah,
Antoine.
yeah. Very good. Very.
Oh,
We even have the Antoine. Yeah.
Antoine.
And
Is it a little
Antoine,
similar to
and then Griezmann. Griezmann.
Griezmann? Oh, okay. So I got it. So the N sound is not omitted not silent in French, basically.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Sometimes it is. Sometimes here there's two N's, so you pronounce it. Sometimes you don't. It's a crazy language.
There is another one, man, from Manchester United.
So
It's
maybe I won't.
Rayful Varane. Okay, Rayful Varane. Raphaae with double dots on the E. Varane. And E.
Raphaël.
Rafael.
Raphaël Varane. Mais Varane, pas Varane. Oui, ok. He's at
Oh,
Manchester.
yeah, he's Manchester United now.
Oh, I actually don't know football very well. I know boxing better
Me
than
too.
football.
I don't know much about football, but
really
I have
don't.
a friend. Who is a huge football fan, so he does know a lot about
He knows
football.
all the guys. Yeah. So that one is you say Raphaël.
Rafaela,
Raphaël.
Rafaela,
Yeah.
Rafaela,
Raphaël.
Rafaela.
Not the la at the end, just Raphaël.
Oh, Rafael,
Yeah,
Rafael
exactly.
Van
Varane.
Vahan,
Yeah, Varane. And actually it has two
Vahan,
Varane.
Vahan,
Yeah, no, you're doing the H. Varane.
Vahan, Va. Man, this is so
That's the
hard.
hard one. That's the hard. I mean, that is one of the hard letters in France that foreigners usually struggle
R,
with.
right? The R sound.
Is the ch.
Again?
It's in the back of the ch.
Ha,
Yeah, there is no
ha.
equivalent in Burmese or even in
English. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, for me learning Burmese, it's as you said, it's like the nga sound
Yeah.
at first, or the nga, the hla. Really
Hmm.
difficult when you first learn. You've never heard of.
I
Right?
see.
Nga. Raphaël Varane.
Well. Okay. Is there any broken way to say that to avoid that shrinking sound?
I mean, if you want to, yeah. So you can say, you can say if
I mean,
you
that's
want
a
to
bad
pronounce it.
question, by the way.
Yeah, if you want to pronounce it properly in French, you have to do the kha. But you can say, so in Spanish, in Spanish, if you're learning Spanish, the R is like more a r. So like
Yeah.
tres.
Yeah,
so
they do that a lot.
Yeah. So if you're more comfortable with that, you can do Varan. You have a bit of a Spanish accent.
Yeah, Varan.
Varan, yeah. I think that would be easier probably for because it's closer. That one is closer to the L. To the L sound, and so
yeah, the R sound is the toughest one for me.
It's very hard. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if we are on the same page, but the third one is Let me try. Fiance. There are two forms of fiance, right? With
Yeah.
the double E is a woman, and with only one E is male.
Is the male.
So are they pronounced the same?
They're pronounced completely the same.
So
The
how is
the extra E is only to indicate that someone is
gender?
female. It's only to indicate the gender, and it's always like that. You always add an E in those constructions. And you say your pronunciation was quite good. You say fiancé.
Yeah, fiance.
Fiancé.
You know, when I first tried it, I almost said Beyonce.
Beyonce.
He's in
That's a
French.
good one.
She's in French, right?
No, she's not. It would be great if she was French. It would be great if France could claim her, but she's very much not French. I don't know. I think Beyonce is just. I think she's just American, right?
Yeah, she is American now.
I think she's. Yeah.
So,
I was
fiance.
thinking about Rihanna, who's from like Trinidad, but I think Beyonce is just. Yeah, fiance.
Fiance.
Like Beyonce, actually, the pronunciation, if you replace the B with the F, it's very similar, actually.
Fiance.
Beyonce.
Yeah. That's a good example. So I'm not gonna forget this one.
How do you say? Because I think I remember how to say. I think I remember how to say like bachelor, like unmarried man in Burmese. But how do you say fiance?
You mean a bachelor or a fiance?
Bachelor, I think. Is it something like something Luboji?
Oh,
how do you say?
Bachelor. I think that's kind of an obsolete term in Burmese language. I think bachelor. Yeah, yeah. It would be like Lubio. Yeah, Lubio would be a good one.
Lubio, yeah.
So Lubio is not really positive, not really a positive one. Maybe 60%. I mean, 45% positive.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it's not really a good one.
Not great. It's not a compliment.
Like a popular word.
Yeah. But and so fiance, would you have a word for it?
Not a word, but we only have Cesar Taredu. So that is not really a name, a word. Yeah, it's like a phrase.
Yeah.
Cesar Taredu. A fiance.
Fiance.
Fiance or fiance? Fiance. Yeah. All right.
Perfect. Really good.
All right. Well, so
I'm impressed. You have the right pronunciation. I can tell that you have tried already.
I mean, these are the words we use in English. So anyway, sometimes time after time I come across these words.
But when you pronounce them if you pronounce them in an English sentence, you'd pronounce them more with an American accent. So you'd say like fiance.
Yeah. Right.
You don't, but you also have the French pronunciation that is good.
Oh, I'm a little motivated now.
Yeah.
It's a little coming back. All right. So next, I don't know if we have the same next one. The next one is de facto.
Yeah.
So de facto, when I tried it, it isn't much different in both English and French. So I don't know how would you do it? Is it a little different?
Like that, but actually, so I would say de facto. But actually, it's not French. We use it a lot in French, but it's technically Latin. Oh, so that one is the next one. It's from Latin language, and we use it a lot in French, but also in English and in other things.
Did you say Latin?
Yeah,
that is English, man. So you are now in London, so
yeah. But as in the original language for de facto is Latin language, right? It's like, but it's like obviously a language that no one uses anymore.
Yeah,
We only use those tech for like I don't know
the
legal stuff,
branches.
for
Yeah.
technical stuff. You know, they would say
So
de facto.
so I guess D is not really the full D sound. Maybe it's something like the. I'm
Yeah,
just de facto or facto.
facto,
Facto.
de facto.
Facto. Okay.
But here, because it's a language that no one speaks anymore,
Mm.
the you know, I I don't think that there's a correct way to pronounce it or a wrong way to pronounce. I don't think the French way to pronounce it is better than the English way, just
I
because.
see. So it kind of lost its originality.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. That's interesting. Oh,
And
all right.
the next one is a really good example of that because um how the one after on the list, how would you pronounce it, for example?
Um, um, de jure.
Yeah, yeah, you can say that. Or I think in English maybe you say de jure, but in
Mhm.
French, at least when I was learning, because in France and in other countries in Europe at school, you have to learn Latin. I mean, you can learn
Mhm.
either Latin or you can also learn ancient Greek. And
Mhm.
so I did some Latin, and we learned that word, and the J letter.
Yeah.
Actually, we learned to pronounce it yeah. So I would say this one.
Oh,
I would say de jure,
jure.
something like that.
Oh,
Um, because
jure.
yeah, the
De-
J I think was pronounced yeah in like ancient Roman times.
Oh,
But I'm not super sure.
I see. Then I think it's a little closer to Spanish as well because Spanish has J pronounced in Spanish they pronounce J like yeah.
Yeah,
Ha
like
ha. I mean ha.
yeah,
Ha.
yeah, exactly.
I know that from Pacquiao's opponent Marquez. You know Marquez, right?
Yeah,
So in English it would be Juan Manuel Marquez, but
yeah,
they
yeah.
always say Juan Manuel Marquez. I'm like, what the
Like
hell are they
who's this
saying?
one? Who is this one guy?
Yeah. And also they say not Julia,
Julio. Yeah, yeah,
Julio
exactly.
Cesar Chavez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so
All the
I
Mexican
mean,
cousins.
in boxing there are a lot of Spanish guys. I mean
Yeah,
Mexicans, so
yeah,
they speak Spanish.
yeah, yeah. So do the and it's like with junta.
Yeah,
So we say junta in French. We would say jante, but
Oh,
the original word would be junta.
junta. Junta. All right.
Yeah,
All right. What do you have? What do we have next? Ballet.
yeah. That's what
Ballet.
ballet,
Ballet.
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 So the
Ballet.
dancing. Yeah.
Hmm. One of my friends does it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Um. I have two friends who does dancing. One is like I don't know how what type of dance that she does, but one does ballet.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
So
That
it's
reminds me of when we were training together for boxing, the place that we found.
exactly
That was
yeah
actually a dance thing, and we had to wait until they were done until they
yeah
were done
yeah.
dancing before we could go boxing. I think they I think they were, thinking, what are these guys doing?
Actually, one of them is the one I'm referring to right
It's
now.
okay.
Yeah, you know that friend, right? That friend of mine, a girl.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she does that type of I don't know how they call it, that type of dancing, like a lot of energetic dancing.
More modern. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
That's not
modern
ballet.
dancing.
It's more ballet is really, I guess, more the
Yeah,
classical.
classic. And I don't know how they could stand on one foot and roll around, circle around with that
Doing
skate, with one foot
yeah,
skate. I mean, crazy.
yeah. And that actually, it's funny that you should mention that, because that also is a French word that is used in English. Do you know how it's called? That figure?
I don't know.
It's called a pirouette.
Pirouette.
A
How do you
pirouette.
spell that?
Pirouette.
My
I'll
God.
write it.
Yep.
Pirouette.
Oh,
Pirouette. And that actually is a French word, but that is used, and you can use it in English. People will know what you mean.
can you say that the pronunciation again?
Pirouette.
Pirouette. Pirouette.
Very good.
Pirouette.
Yeah, you're getting the
Wow.
R. Pirouette.
So the circling thing is called the pirouette.
Yeah. It's very impressive. They're super strong.
Wow. Cool. So far, so good. All right. Next is the cliche. Cliche.
Cliché. That's also good.
Cliche.
Cliché, yeah. So
Cliche. Cliche.
yeah.
It will
When
be
you
like
pronounce it,
cliche in Myanmar. Cliche.
yeah.
Long journey.
Really?
Cliche. Oh my
Interesting.
goodness. Yeah.
Really? But actually the Myanmar pronunciation is closer to the French way of saying it than is the English one, I think.
Wow,
The way that
really?
you just said it, yeah, because it has more the
Cliche.
yeah.
Cliche. Oh,
in
wow.
In English, I think there's a tendency to do the cli a little bit long, and then the shay
Yeah.
as if it was AY. So like, oh,
I
it's so
think it
cliche.
does. Yeah.
In French, it's you do it shorter, basically. So cliché.
Cliche.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Impressive. We have something in common, finally.
But at the end, I think I told you yesterday when we were messaging. At the end, when we do this list, I will tell you probably the only word in Burmese that has a French origin. But I will make you guess later.
I will try. I'll try. All right. The next one. This one really gave me a hard time.
Gives you a headache.
How did it says genre.
Yeah.
Type of film.
Yeah.
How do
film
you do it?
Book. So obviously in English you'd say genre. In French, again, we make it shorter and with the r. So in French you would only say genre.
Oh, I see.
Quite different, actually.
Genre. I
And
better
you
not
don't
try it because
you don't pronounce the ra at the end. You don't pronounce the a at the end of the word. You say just genre.
Genre.
Yeah, very good. Exactly.
Oh,
you're getting the R. You're really getting the R. Well done.
I better not do it again because it's gonna be different.
No, but that was good. Genre. It's a hard one too. Yeah, exactly.
No, one of you might know. Her name is Alexa on YouTube. She's a famous one, I think. When she teaches the R sound, what she does is she would bite a pen or pencil, like the R sound was like.
To teach yeah, that's quite good. To teach the R sound in French, you mean?
Yep, in French, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite good. That would be good to learn the in Spanish as well. Yeah, because you have to keep basically you have to. That's a good idea because the trick is to keep your tongue from moving around. Yeah. Because it doesn't come from the mouth, it comes from the throat.
I see.
And you have to make sure that it comes from the throat. Interesting.
So and next is it's a bouquet.
Yeah.
Bouquet.
Bouquet. So yeah, you say in French, you'd say bouquet.
Bouquet.
Yeah, exactly. Do the Bouquet. So it's not talking about the ow and it's the and e. Bouquet.
Oh, bouquet.
Yeah.
Bouquet.
Yeah. I like the example that you included. My girlfriend is angry with me. A nice bouquet would do the trick. I don't know if it would do. I don't. Yeah. It depends how angry your girlfriend is. Sometimes I think a bouquet does the trick. Sometimes not enough.
I mean, that example is not really relevant with my present situation.
Maybe later. But because it's not relevant with your present situation, then you do not have to buy a bouquet. So you make money in the end. You know, you save money.
Yeah, that would be a good side of it.
Yeah, you have to see positive. But I guess it's not so easy to meet people at the moment, anyways. It's not the best.
Yeah, it is not the best time. A lot of stupid stuff can happen online.
Yeah, you got to be really careful. I think especially during COVID, there's been so many. My grandparents have been targeted a lot. I think old people. So obviously, with you or with us, we know immediately what's happening. But with more elderly people, they can be so vulnerable. Yeah.
Yeah, and those who are new to technology.
Yeah.
I mean, the basic technology, I'm saying. All right, so back to the tough job.
All right.
All right. Next is boutique. Boutique.
Yeah, not bad. So it's quite close to bouquet. It's boutique.
Boutique.
Exactly.
Boutique. Wow, boutique.
Exactly.
Boutique.
That's it.
All right. So I guess that's a little easy.
That's like a little shop.
Yeah.
That sells clothes or something.
Usually expensive.
Is
it usually, by the way?
Well, I guess when you use it, yeah, interestingly, when you use the word in English, it probably refers to something that's a little bit more high end, a little bit more expensive. Stuff. Yeah. In French, we say it for anything. It's a boutique. Oh. Yeah, in France it just means a shop. It means a small shop. It doesn't have a value attached to it.
I see.
But I think in the way that sometimes words that are imported into a language, they can take on a little bit of a quality or a little bit of a different, a certain sophistication.
I see. All right. Oh, so what do you have next?
Next, we have office in English.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Yeah.
Bureau.
Yeah, with the R that you bureau.
Bureau.
Very good. Yeah, you're really mastering. I'm impressed because normally it takes more time. You're really mastering the R, which is really the hardest part. Bureau. So yeah, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Bureau, yeah.
Bureau. Yeah. That's a good one.
So in English, I mean, they twisted everything in, a little differently.
Yeah.
So
of course. Because they cannot pronounce. I mean, you have American friends. I lived in America for a while. They're not very good at pronouncing.
I don't think they will.
They don't even learning other languages. They're not the best at that. So even me, when I moved to America when I was a small child, I was 4 years old when we moved there with my family, and we stayed for about 4 years. But my name, Etienne, which is it's a weird, it's a French name. It's a weird name. People have a hard time pronouncing it generally. But the Americans just they were
How did the
completely lost.
horrible?
They had no idea. They were really. I try to explain it once, twice, because normally when I arrive in another country, in Myanmar, for example,
Yeah.
I can, they're like, oh, how do you say this? And then I explain, and they say, okay, Etienne, and it works. Or often what I did in Myanmar, actually, which I think I do, and the technique that I use with Burmese people is to say it's like ATM. It's the same thing. Like the machine, ATM, ATM.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, and instead of the M, use an N. But you can't
Yeah,
really,
10.
yeah. So that's a
Oh
really
my
good.
goodness.
That
You didn't
became
tell me that one.
Yeah, but because
But
you
that's
can pronounce, because
yeah,
you speak excellent English
10.
already, and you're
10.
very comfortable to
10.
kind of to speak.
Wow.
But when I meet people who only speak Burmese, or who when I go to Rakhine or to other places,
Hmm.
and people don't, that was a very good technique.
Wow.
But yeah, the Americans, no matter how many times I tell them, they really struggle. So sometimes even they call me, I tell them to call me Steve or Stefan, because obviously they're comfortable with that. And Steve is
Mhm.
the English translation of Etienne.
Oh.
It's they're the same name, and
Uh-huh.
they're also the same in the Catholic and in the Christian liturgy.
Oh, I
They're the
see.
same saints. So Saint Etienne is the same saints as Saint Stephen or Saint Stephen.
Oh, I
They're
see.
celebrated on we celebrate Saint Etienne on the 26th of December, so the day right after Christmas
Uh-huh.
is Saint Etienne.
Oh, Saint Etienne.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's something like the Burmese version of Bible names. For example, for David, we have David.
Yeah.
David is
Yeah.
maybe I think Etienne is probably closer to the original pronunciation. So is it from Latin? I mean Latin?
I'm not sure. So I think it might be from the Greek. And
Oh,
if it is from the Greek, then it's actually Stephan that's closer, because in the Greek, I think it would
mm-hmm,
probably be Stephanos.
mm-hmm.
Stephanos. So
Oh, I
actually the
see.
Stephan, but I'm not sure how it worked. I'm not sure how then the E was added. The
Uh-huh.
S the S got dropped in French. That's a very common thing of French language, that the S, so for example, in English we say forest
Yeah.
for a forest.
Mm-hmm.
And in French, the S gets dropped and we say forêt.
For her?
And the
Oh,
S just basically it became silent, and then it just went away. So
for
the
her?
S is a common thing to drop, but the E, I don't say. It's an interesting.
Mm. Because
I quite like those different
yeah.
histories.
Actually, language is really interesting when we do a deep dive examination. For example,
Yeah.
in Burmese case, Burmese versus English case, especially in the religious ones, Bible wise,
Hmm.
um, the Burmese version is closer to the original sound, which is Greek, of course. For example, for Jesus, English has Jesus, but
Yeah.
Burmese has Yeshu, Yeshu, which is a
Yeah.
lot closer to the original Greek sound of something like Jeshu, Joshua.
Yeah.
It
Or
was,
maybe the Hebraic
yeah, the Old
version, which
Testament is
is quite,
Hebrew, and
yeah,
the New Testament was written in Greek.
in Greek.
So yeah, Yeshu, of course, yeah, it has like even Yahweh. We have Burmese has it Yehovah, Yehovah,
Oh,
and but Yahweh is a weird one because it doesn't have a vowel, so it's really
yeah,
hard to pronounce in
hard
English.
to
And
pronounce.
yeah, they just put some vowels between the
Yeah,
um oh, how do we call it, the with
between
the
the consonants.
consonants. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
With the
yeah, yeah. Sorry,
consonants
that was also.
just to help themselves. So
Yeah, yeah,
but
because
the
otherwise you
Burmese ones
cannot.
are closer actually.
Yeah,
Joshua
yeah,
and even David. Dawi is closer to the Greek,
Interesting.
I
To the
mean the Hebrew
original.
one than the
Wow.
Burmese. I mean the English one.
I didn't know that Dawi was the Burmese version of David. But then do you have Joshua as well?
Joshua is actually Joshua and Jesus are the same, right? The same
Or the-
names.
oh,
So
yeah.
we have a Yoshu and Yeshu. Yeshu is Jesus, and Yoshu is Joshua, which is a little
Interesting.
closer. Yeah, almost the same as English.
Yeah.
And many.
Many Christian names. Yeah.
Yeah, because we got to do those things when we were in the Bible school. I mean,
Yeah.
like a decade ago. Yeah, I could say that now. A decade ago.
Yeah.
That's a good history. All right, so back to the French.
Back to the words.
Oh, this one is the one of the words that I really adore and I love using. It's
There we go.
debut.
Yeah.
How do you
First
debut?
performance.
Yeah, first performance or appearance.
So in French, you'd say un début.
Oh,
Début.
debut.
Debut. Exactly. So you don't do the. I mean, often it happens that when we pronounce it in English, the u, the u sound we pronounce u, and in English it often becomes u, like a fuller, larger u, and we just say debut.
Debut.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because in boxing we have this a lot, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Your boxing debut.
Yeah, boxing debut. Well, they call it debut or debut. Yeah, I guess debut. I guess. So the second one is stressed.
Yeah.
All right. So by the way, Ronaldo is, I think he's gonna make his second debut tonight, right?
Really?
Tonight.
I didn't
No,
follow that.
Ronaldo's idiot. He is playing right now. He's
Really?
making playing, and he scored
I really
one.
I don't follow that club at all. Oh yeah.
Penalty anyway.
Now? But it's 0-0, no?
It's 1-0.
Really?
Yeah, Ronaldo just scored one.
Oh shit. Okay. But just because when I'm looking, it's still saying 0-0.
Oh, Newcastle. Manchester United versus Newcastle, right?
Wait. No.
Yeah, I think versus Newcastle.
But
Newcastle versus Manchester United.
But does I really suck at football. Oh fuck! Of course he's with Man U. Yeah. Oh no, I was getting everything mixed up because I was thinking he had joined. But it's Messi. Messi joined PSG.
PSG. Yeah,
I was getting all mixed up. I was like, wait, Ronaldo is in PSG.
Yeah, Messi has.
I know I suck at football. I really. Of course he joined Man U. Yeah. I was thinking, wait, did he join PSG? But it's Messi who joined PSG.
Yeah, Messi. And Messi also has a match tomorrow, but I think it's not included because he just played a few days. A couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm happy, man. You got Messi in France.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal.
It is good. That football club PSG, which is the Paris Saint-Germain. I really don't follow them.
Oh, wait. Say that again, please. We call it Paris Saint-Germain. How did you say that?
Paris Saint-Germain.
Oh my goodness.
You don't pronounce the an at the an at the end. So it's that same thing of nasal.
Nasal. Oh, I see.
Very nasal intonations. So Paris Saint-Germain.
Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain.
Germain.
Oh, Germain.
The it's that is hard. Yeah, Germain.
Oh.
And I don't follow them that much actually because they're so big and they have so many great players now. Actually, I think Mbappe is with them.
Yeah, he is.
Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe.
Mm,
Mbappe.
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 Yeah, Mbappe. And he scored 2, right, in his last match.
Really, I don't know.
He did, yeah.
I didn't follow. Yeah, he's really good. I like him a lot.
He's a monster, man. He's a
Yeah,
monster. I mean,
Right, super nice.
how old? Ikaw may ganyan, okay. Maybe. Hasn't he? He's 22, right?
22,
He's 22. I mean, he's a monster in the
yeah.
pitch.
Yeah. The hne,
Listen,
that actually is the hard thing to pronounce because the nga it's okay. The hne in Burmese is the hard thing to pronounce now I think about it.
actually, yeah. I mean, you did it perfectly.
Yeah, because I used to practice a lot.
Oh, next one is the weird one. And
That one is
actually,
quite hard, yeah.
what was that?
It is quite hard. Try to say it.
Yeah, it says duvet.
Yeah, duvet.
Duvet.
That was good.
Duvet.
Yeah,
Duvet.
that was good.
Duvet. So actually,
Duvet.
I didn't know this until I prepared for this lesson. I didn't. Duvet. So this is Australian version of bed covering, right? I mean bed
Exactly.
covering.
Yeah.
Australians use it.
Yeah, you can use it in English as well. We use it in British. Well,
British
know.
has a different one. I mean, the same but a little different, I guess. Let me see what British has it. British people call it. Oh wait, I don't have it. But the U.S. I think the British has the same word
You
maybe.
would say
Yeah, the
duvet,
same
yeah,
word. I think the same. But Americans has it. Americans maybe they use it duvet too, but
yeah,
what they for sure use is comforter. They use comforter.
comforter. Yeah, they
Comforter.
say that too.
And
Yeah.
by the way, that word in English is a difficult one for me.
Comforter.
Yeah, comforter.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
But when speaking fast, it's okay. But when enunciating the words, the pronunciation, it's really difficult. Comforter.
Yeah,
Comforter.
Yeah, exactly. It's you have to say it fast. That word. It's the only way.
Yeah. The faster, the less mistakes.
Exactly.
Okay, next is I like this one. So it says etiquette.
Yeah. Etiquette.
Etiquette.
Exactly.
Etiquette.
Yeah,
That's not
exactly.
really weird.
No, it's quite similar. So like good
It's
manners,
quite similar.
good etiquette, to have good
The
manners.
The next one might be a little weird, but I think this is a little easier. One of the easier ones. Naive.
Yeah. So you'd say like innocent, or you'd say in French naive.
Naive.
Yeah,
Naive.
like exactly.
Naive.
And naive is the feminine genre. Gender, and then but only in French. You don't use it in English. The male gender is naif with a F.
Oh, NAIF.
Yeah.
Oh. By the way, how do you call that I with double dots on it in French?
You call it un tréma, an accent. So it's an accent, and it's a tréma. It's quite rare. We don't use it that much.
Tréma.
And it gives that
naive, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Naive. Okay. Let's move on before I make worse mistakes.
You're doing very well.
Next one is the one that we hear quite a lot in boxing. Protege.
Yeah, exactly.
Protégé.
So we would say in French, we would say protéger.
Protégé.
Exactly. Protéger.
Protégé. Protégé. I mean, American people like to twist everything,
Exactly.
especially in English language, they twist everything. So that's why they literally have American accent.
Yeah, and they would
Which,
say the A more than the I in this case,
yeah,
which isn't
and
correct.
I like it.
Yeah, it makes it easier. It makes it
Mhm.
easier to pronounce in a way.
Yeah, pro touche. All right, so oh, next, yeah, next up is it's just you.
In French, we would say, so in English, you'd say Q.
Uh-huh.
In French, we would say que.
Cool,
It's a bit different.
cool,
Yeah, que. We
cool.
don't do the U. Exactly.
Mhm. But I thought this they pronounced it you, just you. Does it have a Q initial
Yeah,
sound?
yeah, you pronounce the K. You pronounce
Yeah,
the K.
Q, Q,
Yeah, yeah.
Q. I see, I see. That's cool. All right, next one is also a lot used a lot in boxing and
Yeah,
also in business.
and
I think
business.
it has two meanings, right? I mean two pronunciations, the verb sound and the noun sound. A verb would be a resume. Resume would be a verb one.
Yeah,
Am I right?
yeah,
And resume with a little thing on the E.
yeah,
The resume would be the record, right? Record, and for
yeah,
business, it's
exactly.
basically,
Résumé.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
re,
résumé.
resume, resume.
Exactly.
All right, next.
And then,
Sabotage,
yeah, exactly.
sabotage,
Sabotage. That's it.
sabotage.
Yeah. To ruin, yeah, to like undermine or ruin someone's efforts.
Mm, yeah,
Sabotage.
I
Yeah.
see. I see.
Yeah.
Sabotage. Um, and next, we better skip this because it's about military. I'm just kidding.
No one wants to be reminded.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Anyway, so let's stick to the list. How do you say that in French?
so in French, how would you say it in English first? Because I think it's a bit,
Cadet.
yeah. In French, we would not pronounce the T. The
Uh,
T would be mute, and you'd say cadet.
cadet. Oh, that's
Yeah.
not massively different.
No, no,
Cadet.
it's quite
Cadet.
similar.
Yeah.
And the meaning in French actually is quite different. I don't
Oh.
think that it has a military meaning in French.
Oh, really?
So it's that's nice. And in French, you use it to indicate a sibling who is younger. So
Oh.
so a frère in French is a brother.
Mhm.
And you would say frère cadet, which would be a younger brother. Mon frère cadet is younger.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a huge difference.
Yeah. And maybe I think it may come from military because I think a cadet in the military I think is quite a junior
Yeah, because that is just
position, right? It's the basic.
trainee, basically, first
Yeah.
trainee.
So I think they're I mean I'm sure that they are linked, but in French
Mhm.
you would say yeah, cadet.
Oh, I see. I see. I thought it was only limited to the military
No,
term.
not in French. Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. All right, next. Oh, by the way, this elite is one of the words that are yeah, one of the words that are mispronounced, I think, here in Myanmar. So
Really?
it's elite actually, but a lot of, even me, including myself, until a few years ago, I was saying elite.
Yeah.
Actually, it's elite,
Yeah, which
right?
makes well, so I think if you were to pronounce it um in English, if you were really to use the English way of pronouncing it, you would say elite. That would be the right
Yeah.
way
Hmm.
phonetically to say it. But because it comes from French, you pronounce
Hmm.
it a little bit French. And in French, we
Yeah.
would say in French we would pronounce it élite. Élite.
Elite, elite,
Yeah.
elite,
Élite.
elite.
Exactly.
Almost like the name Elliot.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And so therefore, when we say it in English, we don't say elites. We do a mix of elite.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then,
Elite.
but actually, the thing that you include in the list, to me, it sounds like a Burmese bus company, Elite Souvenir. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that
yeah.
I've seen. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that I've
yeah.
seen
I
bus
just found it
companies or shops called Elite Souvenir.
I just put that back separately just now.
Yeah.
So elite and next let me try souvenir.
Yeah.
Souvenir.
And in French, c'est quite similar. Souvenir.
Souvenir. Souvenir.
Exactly. Yeah. That's it. I'm impressed by the R.
I mean, it's almost the end of the lesson, so I should be. Souvenir. Okay.
And then I think there were two that I thought about that were not on the list. So the one I sent to you yesterday,
Yeah.
which is really useful actually. Yeah. Which is, do you want to try to pronounce it?
Déjà vu.
Yeah.
Déjà vu.
Déjà vu.
Déjà vu. Déjà vu.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that you sent that to me, because I guess that's one of the words I texted you back actually. That's not even one of the words, maybe one of the very words that I have been looking for in English. Because I have always had, not always, have had that feeling a lot of times. And,
that you have lived this already.
Yeah. And especially when I was younger in the forest, in the forests, when I would go out for bird hunting basically, and I would be like, oh wait, I feel like I've been here before. And that happened several times, and I didn't have I didn't know how to express it in Burmese or in Chin. So everything I could do is just explain in sentences. I didn't have a phrase like this one, basically a word, not even a phrase.
Yeah.
So it's really helpful now.
It's helpful and it's interesting. It's something that I think happens to a lot of people so much that there's a word for it, at least in French and English. And it's a weird feeling, isn't it? It's a little bit spooky when it happens. It's a little bit like, whoa.
Exactly right.
What's happening?
Yeah.
When it's very powerful.
It's really powerful. I don't know if there is some how should I put it? Some psychological thing behind that kind of feeling. I think that that is one of the fields, the psychological fields that hasn't been examined to a deep level. I don't know. Maybe I haven't read it about it, but I don't know.
I think there must be some kind of cognitive process, some kind of wiring in the brain where something connects and really makes you feel like you've lived it before. But I don't know how it works exactly. Or, I mean, obviously the other theory is that you've experienced all of this in a past life, and you're just coming on to something that you had already experienced, a place, for example, or a smell or something that you're eating that you had already experienced before, but you don't know. This is only the sort of remaining feeling of that past experience.
Yeah, I mean, we can't write that off.
We can't. That's less scientific, but
probably, yeah. Maybe it is too much. No, it can't be from. It can be from too much imagination.
I think it's a good thing to have too much imagination, right?
Yeah, too much that we feel like we have already seen it, maybe.
Exactly. Yeah. That's true. Maybe it's something that we've imagined already. I like that. And then the other word that I just thought about now when we were talking actually is so a business person who like starts
in
English, entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know that
Yeah, I
I
do.
think you know that word,
Mhm.
right? So that's a French word.
Oh,
That we would say entrepreneur. It's quite similar. Entrepreneur.
um, um, if I would say that correctly enough, we're not gonna stop the lesson tonight.
Gonna
Okay,
stay
let
up
me
all
try
night.
anyway. Can you say it again, please? Once.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Exactly. Yeah. I guess it's a
Entrepreneur.
tricky one because there's a lot of the R's. There's like
R's, yeah.
there's three. There's three R's.
Yeah, 3 R's. I mean, that's killing.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Quite,
Oh my goodness.
quite good.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Any more words? New ones?
Not in French that I can think of. I'll keep on
Mhm.
thinking about it, but I think that's already quite a good list. The French in the other way around, the French word in Burmese that I thought about is something that my Burmese teacher from when I was in Yangon told me
Uh-huh.
at the time. And she actually speaks very good French. She speaks
Oh,
perfect French. She used to
wow.
teach. She used to teach Burmese at the French Institute in Yangon,
Oh,
and so
wow.
she's just an amazing French speaker. And so she told me this at the time. I'm not sure that it's true. I think that it's true. I was
Mhm.
able to find something online, but I have a few. I want to see some other sources. But it's a fruit that we say in Burmese, and actually it comes from French. Do you have any idea which fruit it is?
It has a Burmese name.
It has the Burmese name. It's quite good. But actually the origin of the name in Burmese apparently is French.
I don't think I have any idea.
It's let me try to describe the fruit. It's about this big,
Uh-huh.
or yeah, this
Yep,
big,
yep.
and it has when you touch it, it's a little bit hard to cut, and when you touch it, it stings a little bit.
Oh, is it Bene
No, and it's
durian?
no, it's not durian. No. It's not durian. It's yellow inside. It's quite sweet, quite refreshing, and it has a little thing on the top. You know, it has
Oh,
a
nana,
nanette,
oh,
nanette, 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 and so
nanadia,
apparently nanette comes from so in French we say ananas,
ananas,
ananas, and
ananas.
apparently so I I'm still a bit skeptic because I'm not sure how it would happen that the French would bring ananas to Myanmar or
Ananas.
how it would
I mean,
happen, but apparently it comes from ananas nanette.
maybe because the French were all over the world when they conquered. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of, a lot of countries, right?
a lot of countries, but
Maybe the language spread to
Myanmar a
smaller
bit less.
countries.
I mean, Myanmar, I guess it's more the Dutch and the English and the Portuguese. So, but yeah, apparently that is the origin of the of nanette.
Wow, maybe those Portuguese and Spanish ones brought that word and
Yeah,
introduced to Myanmar, maybe.
yeah, maybe the case.
Wow.
So there we go.
Can you say the name again? Nan
Ananas.
ananas. Wow.
Exactly. Ananas. Yeah, it's a funny.
Ananas, nana. Or it could be
And the nana,
coincidence.
the nana state, you know.
Ananas. Wow, ananas. It
No.
could be a coincidence as well.
Could be,
Could
could
be,
be,
yeah.
could be. But it's a funny word. And then yeah, and pineapple in English.
Yeah, pineapple. Also,
It's a bit.
there's a dance pineapple dance. Pineapple.
There's a
Yeah,
pineapple dance.
yeah, pineapple dance. A
I didn't
Japanese
know.
guy, I think, a Japanese guy.
Really?
Yeah, there is. It was very famous back in 2016, I think, 2016.
Okay.
I mean, it's just famous for a few months maybe, and then went away.
And he went away. There's no more dances.
Pineapple, yeah. The guy's funny. I think
Nice.
it's still on YouTube.
I'll check it out.
Man,
Midnight dance.
it's been what, almost 2 hours?
Shit, yeah, it has.
This is
Good to talk to you.
literally a podcast.
Yeah. A very long
All right.
podcast.
Man, I really
Um,
appreciate your time and
My pleasure. Anytime we can chat about some other stuff.
yeah,
And
we will.
yeah, it's good.
And
It's good to catch up.
I knew it was gonna be long
Yeah.
because we hadn't seen it like
In quite a long
years.
time.
I mean,
Yeah,
not years, but I think more than a year, right?
face to face, it's been a year and a half. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been
So-
more than a year.
Man, it's great seeing you. First, it's great seeing you healthy and doing better, I think, because you look much fresher now. Much
Thank you.
fresher.
Yeah. No, I'm starting to be quite happy here where I am.
That's cool.
You know, it was always very sad to leave Myanmar, to leave things behind.
So I'm happy and I hope for a better everything.
I think.
All right, man. Thank you very much. And also, please pass my greetings to your girlfriend.
I will pass your greetings to your sisters, to your friends. If your friend
Yeah.
ever wants some pronunciation of French footballers, I can always help. No
Yeah,
problem.
we can do with
You can send me.
yeah.
I'll give you the voice note.
Mbappe. Mbappe. All right. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah,
Keep
man.
safe. God
Good to
bless.
catch up. God bless you.